Our group project is Innovation, Inspiring Change at UNL. Our group members are Michaela, Luke, Tyler, Maya, and Sydney. We wanted our project to resonate with everyone in the class, as well as the faculty that might watch our presentation, so what better way than to focus on sustainability on college campuses, and more specifically here at UNL. Through our research, we found inspiration from what other universities and campuses are doing and included some of our own ideas when coming up with an on-campus program. We ultimately came to the conclusion that an incentive program that rewards students for making environmentally smart decisions would be the most effective. Our project is focused on innovation and how we can bring bright new ideas to UNL. We want to implement a new app similar to Pocket Points, but for sustainable practices. This app will collect points for each reusable bin you bring to an office, perhaps an unused room in the union. You can bring old clothes to donate, cardboard, papers, and other recyclables. People will be working the product skills, and for each pound you get a point. Point rewards will accumulate on the app, and it will offer coupons for on-campus retailers. This will create an economic boom for campus, and it promotes a positive, sustainable culture for students. There are a variety of different sustainable considerations for this project. The spheres impacted with this project is land, water, and air. Ideally, this program will reduce waste, littering, consumption, and pollution. If it is successful, we will positively impact the corresponding 3 spheres. We will foster sustainability on campus and change students' habits. The economic factors we need to consider are the value of shares and the quality of being fair and all-inclusive. When we consider something like Pocket Points, we recognize their success because of the shared community that they have, having leaderboards and campus competitions. This project will need to reach out to all potential contributors, and we need to gauge interest. Some examples of contributors are UNL vendors, sponsors, and alumni. The big question is, where will we get funding? Feasibility, time and energy, and implementation, perhaps mandated by student governments, are all things we need to consider. Economically speaking, we need to create a system that has a positive return on investments. What we still need is active partnership, such as companies on campus. We are considering all parties willing and able to participate. Our project directly benefits the UN's 11th goal, sustainable cities and communities. UNL is a very large community where all of its students are interconnected in one way or another. We believe that if we can inspire a certain demographic to make environmentally conscious decisions, then through students' connections, more students will be motivated. Why is this important, and what's UNL's goal? On average, college students contribute over 200 million tons of waste per year, so decreasing that number is an integral part of sustainability. We need to change the way that stuff is viewed. Trash isn't necessarily useless, and we're encouraging people not to waste things. UNL's ultimate goal is to character mold. Changing perspectives and opinions is what is most important. Making sustainability accessible and important to all students. And that's not technically off-brand for UNL. So why does UNL care? For one, our ASHE rankings get higher. We're essentially last, and this app might change that. It changes behaviors for students and creates a long-lasting behavior. Students will learn how to be sustainable outside of school. It conserves resources and saves money, and we've learned that sustainability has positive economic factors, so UNL could benefit from that. Ultimately, it saves landfill space, and this is a growing concern in Lincoln as landfills are running out of space. Lastly, it creates jobs and increases economic activity on campus. The stakeholders at UNL are a crucial part of making this work. Vendors like Dunkin' Donuts, Valentino's, and the bookstore will provide discounts on their products to students who make responsible environmental decisions. Part of the union can be rented out once or twice a month in order to score students and distribute points. Aside from this, secondary vendors like UNL students, faculty, staff, and Greek life can help promote this effort and contribute greatly to success by actively participating. Money is the #1 concern for any university. How much the initial cost will be, in addition to how long the rate of return will take for UNL, will be taken into consideration. How difficult will this new system make daily tasks for staff that is sometimes already overworked? This system can have a positive impact in many different ways. Students now have an incentive to reduce the resources they use, recycle the things that they do, and obtain discounts for places on campus that they already go to. UNL Boulder has a recycling rewards program. They get a stamp for each recycling bin they turn in, and respectively, they have the chance to win a sustainable prize like a water bottle or a metal straw. Georgia Southern University gives cash back for students taking public transportation. Students are able to get up to $30 a month for taking a more sustainable way to travel. Our options as far as this project goes is to use ideas of other campuses. We can implement a sustainable program that has been successful and then use that as a template. The pros and cons are limited. We can reduce waste and give back to the community. It's a good benefactor for UNL and gives localized economic benefit for encouraging spending on campus. The cons would be initially to spread awareness. We would have to have a cost analysis of the startup app, and then the technical issues of phone compatibility and student participation would be an issue too. This is our mind map. In the center is app monitoring participation. This means that the app will be interactive and will be able to log certain actions of users of the app. The majority of the off-app actions will happen in the Nebraska Union or on city campus. Users will be able to weigh products there, recycle there, and use redeemable coupons there. Users will be rewarded for certain actions. Some of these actions include recycling, reusing, or conscious energy use. For example, if users recycle a certain amount of glass, measured by weight, they will have the option to redeem a coupon to somewhere on campus, a restaurant, perhaps at the Nebraska Union. Our target demographic are students and faculty of UNL, and we hope to promote a more green behavior with those groups. Before coming up with a solution, it was important that our group create an environmental ethic that we all agreed upon. We all agree that environment needs to be used responsibly so that future generations can use it in order to have a healthy life. The environment has services that is inherent of its own, regardless of what humans deem what value each resource has. We believe that the environment has services that we can use for economic gain, but we also realize that responsible use is required in order to maintain services for the future. Lastly, we believe that all people can benefit from the environment. We believe that everyone should have equal access to environmental services as well. One approach to analyzing the benefits is the utilitarian approach. This includes using incentives to promote environmentally conscious decisions by offering students a direct return on their time and effort to recycle and reuse their belongings. Another approach to evaluating the benefits is the common good approach. All stakeholders may not benefit the same amount, but all stakeholders will benefit more than they are harmed. That includes the community outside of UNL as well. They will benefit because our solution will help influence people's current decision making, and that can lead to positive habits that will remain with them later in life. These habits and/or actions can create a butterfly effect and impact neighboring people and other people indirectly. Our final recommendation is that UNL contracts a group of computer science students to develop an app like Pocket Points. The app will be connected to the water and energy usage trackers in the dorms, and students will get points based on how little energy and water that they use each month. There will also be a room in the union twice a month for students that can take their recycling to and get points based on their weight, and that will also go on the app. When a specific number of points are reached, based on the values set by the vendors, students can redeem those points for a coupon to an on-campus vendor such as Starbucks, Valentino's, or the bookstore. This will encourage students to participate in sustainable behaviors and make the UNL campus more sustainable. We chose this option because of the success of Pocket Points and how well people respond to incentive programs. Other universities have also been very successful in implementing such programs, so there would be a good framework for UNL to follow. For example, Stanford has a program where they track students' water usage per month, and if it is under a preset amount or cut down significantly from the previous month, you can get an incentive. We hope that this project framework is achievable and we can accomplish this here at UNL. We have a confidence in our students here to make a big change in the environmental behavior. The benefits outweigh the difficulties of the startup, and we just need to inspire innovation on campus to make this project a reality. The end.